Our main goal today is not to wow you with some generic AI promises. This is not going to happen. We are not going to share with you one prompt that will generate you millions of dollars. No. Today, our goal is to show you exactly what's working for us without fluff, without some theoretical things. It's only the most practical webinar that we are sharing our inside kitchen of how we are using AI, thanks to Regina, who helped us a lot with implementing and building those AI workflows. So guys, AI, 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 AI. I'm pretty sure that everyone heard this word millions of times. I don't know, probably billions of times, trillions of times. Everyone is talking about AI right now, but and you can open your LinkedIn or your Twitter or YouTube, whatever. You just go in everywhere and you see these AI gurus who are talking and who are saying about, hey, I used one GPT prompt, or I used one workflow and that helped me generate millions of dollars. I fired all of my SDRs and now I'm a billionaire chilling in somewhere. But in reality, like 99% of this sucks. Of all of this advice actually is not working, and there are actually two reasons for that. The real first reason is that why people like who try to use AI is actually failing at the end of the day. You might be using GPT, Gemini, Claude, whatever, for some basic things, which is cool, which is fine, but it's not something. It's not a game changer. For two reasons. The first reason is that if you're using GPT or whatever AI in a naked form, you're actually not getting the best results. That means that if you're just asking ChatGPT to write you a perfect cold email, it will create just the most generic one. Yes, even though no matter how great you are with prompting, it will still fail. It will still be not that great. LinkedIn posts with just basic generic GPT prompting, even with the best prompting, still might not bring enough value to the audience and still might be too generic, too vague, and will not actually help you get the results. The research is generic. Everything else is generic. Whenever it comes to using AI for the lead generation, just GPT is not enough. You need to go beyond those things. And those and the most important thing is that there is no one magical prompt that will help you generate leads or just do a lot of great things. There is no such a thing. There is no silver bullet, even though AI is so powerful, but still. The second reason is that in reality, even though AI is so simple, you just go in the chat in ChatGPT and ask something and ChatGPT returns you back the results. At the end of the day, the real implementation of AI in your lead generation is so hard and complicated. And I know what I'm talking about because clay is powerful, but it's painful to scale. It's quite expensive. On top of that, you might fail in a lot of things. Plus, it's still limited with a lot of things when it comes to the lead generation. N8N, I'm pretty sure that everyone heard about N8N, amazing platform, but still it's so hard for non-technical people to actually take it and implement it in your workflows and actually get the results. And the prompt iteration, guys, this is the most important thing. Prompt iteration takes weeks, not 5 minutes. You cannot create the perfect prompt in just one day and then think that it's going to work and perform amazingly, like awesome, in an awesome way, just forever. No, it's not working like that. And I know what I'm talking about just because we've invested weeks over weeks to try and find some ways on how we can implement AI here and there. Some of the approaches we tried actually failed. Some of them were quite okay, but still not optimized well. And if you try to implement Clay or N8N, at the end of the day, you just see that it's not that easy as you thought. And at the end of the day, we just need to understand that this will not help you. Hey, we cannot just use basic prompting in ChatGPT and get the results, amazing cold email and whatever. It's not gonna happen. What will help you, it's amazing workflows, the connection between your AI and ops some other products that you're using, and building the proper AI workflows where AI is just only the part of the workflow. But at the end of the day, it's so hard to implement it. Like, really? Have you ever tried to implement those things? Every single time it's breaking, it's not working, it's not bringing you enough results, etc., etc. And plus, you cannot build that from scratch. You actually have to invest a lot of your time. And what we did instead, so like at the end of the day, like everyone, 99% of people are talking about AI, but they don't know how to implement AI in the lead generation. So what we did instead, we tried AI for thousands of microflows. Some of them worked, again, some of them flopped, some of them we just killed. At the end of the day, it was so hard. And AI, we figure out that AI only works when it's paired, when it's connected with your other tools, other processes, with your systems and flows that you already have it, or building them from scratch. AI only works when it's paired with your ops, product thinking, and the most important thing, testing. At the end of the day, it takes so much time from us rather than saving us that time. Really, I do remember so many times we spent day over day. I'm just building the AI workflow, and it's not working. It's not performing well until one moment, and this is the moment when we met Regina, and she's our AI wizard, the person who are always talking about when it comes to AI and implementing some AI workflows, amazing things. And Regina is the co-founder of Profi Agent. This is the AI automation agency that is helping a lot of clients actually implement AI. And Regina, just I'm really happy to see you today. How do you feel today?
I'm amazed. I'm very happy to see you all here, and I prepared something very interesting, and I can't wait to share with you everything from both front end and back end.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And the most important thing is that we are not going to share with you just the screenshots, how it should work, or we're not gonna share with you just some hints, some cut prompts that you can copy and paste. That it's not gonna work. Today, Regina will walk you through three main AI workflows that she helped us and built for us, and helped us implement those things. And we also have the actual results of those workflows. It's not just theoretical thing. It's the most practical, the most valuable webinar that we've done so far. It just feels like that. And for those who don't know me, can you please tell me in the chat whether you know us or not? Yes. Guys, yes, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, okay. But just quickly, who's this bird guy? This is Ilya. I was the third hired Lemlist, left at 10 million AR. I was the growth lead at Expandi. This is one of the biggest automation platforms. And now I'm a co-founder of Growthband. And what we actually do, we help in-house B2B outbound lead generation teams to level up. We actually build the anti-fragile cold email infrastructure. So if you want to send cold emails, we make sure that your emails are not going to spam. And if you're interested in that, I'm going to send you the link, so feel free to reach out to me. But we also help with top-class education, and today it's actually free, like amazing education. And plus, we built a proper strategy for the outbound. So if you're running outbound lead generation, please feel free to reach out to us. So, guys, I know that I already took so much time, but that was just the first intro to something really amazing, because we prepared something really, really cool for you. Guys, today we're going to cover three main AI workflows that are actually working, that we've implemented, that we've tested, and we got the results, and we can share those results with you. And it's not just raw AI workflows that are probably going to work, probably are not going to work, we don't know. No, those are the AI workflows that are working, that we implemented, that we have the results. The very first one, it's LinkedIn AI content machine, and whenever you're gonna see the results, you will be shocked, actually, because I was shocked when I saw the results for the first time. The second one is signal-based engagement plus outreach. It's the sneak peek. It's our top 5% outreach campaigns we've run so far. It is this strategy. And the third thing is the social selling AI assistant that is just helping us close deals 2 times more. 2 times better. So guys, and the last thing, which is the most important thing here, is that it's not just the ideas, it's not just the few prompts, it's not just the theoretical things. Guys, today we'll show you the exact flow, the prompts, and the setup. On top of that, I'm gonna talk to Regina, and if Regina is okay, we're gonna also share with you some of those prompts, some of those blueprints, so you can actually try those things on your own. Okay, we didn't discuss that with Regina yet, but I know that we might make some pressure and ask in the chat, hey, Regina, please share it with us, and so on the first in the future. Okay, so guys, are you ready to see something really cool? Just tell me in the chat, yes or no, yes or no. Yes, yes, sure, yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay, okay. Regina, are you ready to share something really cool?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, I would like to say that Ilya, you are just genius speaker. I haven't heard like this before. You are just genius. And guys, I'm very happy to see you all here. I was really trying to do this webinar very good. And now let me share my screen and start with the first automation
Regina,
that
just give me just one quick thing to share, guys. Today, the very first AI workflow, it's actually our top 5% performance campaign. This is just the sneak peek of this campaign, just the random screenshot that I took from this. 15% reply rate. 12 out of those 15 people who replied to us actually were interested in MQLs that we generated. Guys, 12% positive reply rate. 12% positive reply rate. I don't know. I don't see that much engagement in the chat, guys. You probably don't understand. 12% positive reply rate. Okay, this is just one of the best campaigns we've ever run so far, and this is just one screenshot of them. So it's not just one campaign. We are running that constantly right now already, and just a sneak peek, guys. This is what Regina built actually, and I really want Regina to share this AI campaign, and I'm going to share with you also the templates of those cold emails that we were sending. But Regina, can you please share your screen and share with the audience what we've done for this top 5% performance campaign?
Yes, I sent you a request to share my screen. Could
Yes.
you please? Yeah, okay. So please confirm that you can see my screen. Is it okay?
Yes, now it's working.
Okay, so first of all, the first system I'm going to show you is all about building a high quality list of warm leads is people who already active, engaged, and relevant for your outbound campaigns. And the core of the system is very, very simple, but useful and powerful. Here you will get categorized list of people who have interacted with your content from your competitors. And of course, there can be a lot of different options how to get these people for your outbound campaigns. You can use Clay, you can use Sales Navigator, different paid databases. You can use some different scraper tools, but one of the most useful and underrated things that you can also use is comment section under posts of your competitors. So here you can see that we collected the list of people who was engaging with the post of our competitors. And here you also can see that these people were validated and categorized, because the main thing here is not only to collect all these people, thousands of these people, but also validate them and see who is relevant to your ICP. So here you can see that some people has label ICP fit. It means that they are mature ICP. They are perfect for your outbound campaigns. Some people are marked as competitors and some people are not ICP. It means that they are not valid. And here you may stop me and ask, so actually how do you get this list and why does it matters? Let's break it down and let me show my N8N platform. Actually, this is platform that we are using for building automations. And first of all, I'd like to emphasize that when building a list of leads for your outbound, the biggest question is always the same. Where do you find these right people? These people who will be interested in your campaigns, in your products, and in your services. And one of the most powerful and underrated things is comment section under posts from your competitors. Yes, everything is super simple and super powerful. So this system exactly does the following. Actually, here we have these three main steps. The first step takes your competitor pose, how many you want. It could be 10 competitors, 50, 100, it doesn't matter. So the system will take all these people, then the system will collect all people who commented on this post, then the system will validate all these people, and as a result, you will get a list of people who match your ICP. And now let me show you in more details what happens right here. So first of all, we have a list of influencers in your niche or your competitors who we want to track. Then the system will go to each profile of these persons and get their posts. In this case, we're grabbing their latest 100 posts, but of course, this setting can be adjusted to any. For example, you can fetch 10, 50, 100, whatever you need. It's fully configurable. And then in this system, actually what we do, we are check this data for duplicates because we only want to add new and unique posts to the database. And we repeat all this process again and again for each competitor that we have added to our database. And then we have step number 2. So here, once we have all these posts that were fetched from our competitor, the next step is to collect all the people who commented on this post. And for that, we have the second part of automation, what it does. So first of all, here, the node that is called get all posts, we take all posts from these people. Then we go here and scrape all their data. So here you can see that we provide their URL and scrape all their posts. Actually, if you're going to use this system by your own, in our case, we are using Rabbit API. It's pretty good for this purpose. It could get you all the details from person's data on LinkedIn. Of course, it's public data. So what happens next? Next, again, like before, we check this data for WKs because we want to work only with unique people. And then comes the most interesting part in this automation. What we want to do here, we want to have overall information about the person. We want to get a full picture of each person who is in this list, who they are, where they work, what is their company size, and so on. And here we have a node that is called get persons data. So basically, this node allows us to get all the information from public page, from personal's profile on LinkedIn. It includes their headline, about section, work experience, and anything else that we can access. Basically, all the information that is possible to get, we can get. And that after this, we also do the same for fetching company data. So in this case, the system will go to the profile of the user, their company profile, and enrich all the data about the company size, industry, description, and more. And of course, I also would like to highlight here that everything is super safe because in this case, we don't use any cookies, we don't use any login sessions, anything private. We use only public data that can be fetched from their public LinkedIn profiles. So actually, you can do the same using your hands. You can open any profile, you can copy and paste their headline section, their about section to your spreadsheet, and then work with this data. But here we do everything automatically on the program level using API. And then the last step in this automation and the most interesting is validation. So here we take each person from this list and validate this person against your ICP. So basically here you can see that we took this data and then we go to this AI agent, providing AI with all the details about person, their location, about section, headline, language, and so on. We also provide our ICP data, and then we ask AI to analyze person's data and tell us who this person is for us. Is it our ICP? Is it our competitor? Or this person isn't relevant for us? So here is how it works on the backend side. And now let me show you how it looks like for the end user on interface. So basically, let's go back to this platform to this interface. And again, here you can see that we have 4 main columns. The first one is accounts, and here we specify the list of people who we want to track. It could be either your competitors or your influencers from your niche. For example, people who has a lot of followers, a lot of engagement, and people actively post comments under their posts. You can fetch all these people and build a list for your outbound. Then the next section is posts, and here we have list of all posts that were collected from these influencers or competitors. And also I'd like to mention that it's very important to check this post as well, because in this case, we don't want to fetch all the posts, even if they are irrelevant to you, because for example, your competitors might post about vacation on Bali or something else. Of course, it's interesting, but not for us, as our main goal is to fetch here people who will be interested in your products, because these people commented on similar posts. So that's why we have this check for posts. And finally, when we track these people, when we validate them, we use ICP data. So here in the settings tab, you can see that we specify our segments, company size, locations, job titles, and so on. So basically here we also specify prompt that we use for checking this data, checking these persons. You can, if you will be using the system, of course, you can change something, and also have here prompt for post validation, because as I said before, we want to track only relevant for us posts. And final result of all this system is list of leads who is already validated. So here you will see people who are new to the system. These people haven't been validated yet. Then there will be a list of ICP feed. These people match your ICP data. Then there will be competitors. It's self-explanatory and not ICP. It means that these people were checked and these people aren't relevant for you. And the final step, everything is super simple. You just go to this ICP feed section and export this data in CSV format. So then you can upload this directly into a tool like Heyreach or any other tool that you use for your outbound campaigns to launch your outbound campaign. And this flow just turns hours of manual work into 5-minute process, and it's fully automated and ready to scale. So that's pretty much for the first automation. Let's move on.
Okay. No. Just hold on. Guys. Thanks a lot, Regina, for sharing this. Guys, I just want you to just breathe in, breathe out, and take a look at this workflow again one more time. So what we are doing technically in more details, we have the list of competitors and influencers in the topic. And we are always checking when they are writing posts, when they're publishing those posts. Whenever they publish those posts, we check whether this post is relevant to us and to our audience or not. If they're talking about vacation, we are not taking this post. If they're talking about, for example, for us, this is how we implement it. Whenever people are talking about deliverability, spam issues, cold emailing, outbound, in this moment, we take this post and scrape everyone who engaged with this post, everyone who liked, who commented under this post. Now we have a huge list of people who engaged with posts. And you know what? It's super scalable. Okay, we have thousands of people who engage with those posts. But in reality, not all of them match our ICP. We do not want to reach out to all of them. So what we do as a next step, we have all of those people, and then we use AI to also match them with ICP. Who of those people who engaged with those posts are our competitors? We are not going to reach out to them. Irrelevant people, just people who randomly liked. Okay, we are not going to reach out to them. And people who match with our ICP. And then we're going to reach out to them. This is one of the biggest top 5% performance campaigns we've ever run. Oh, again, just guys, the screenshots that I shared to you, 100 contacts, 3 steps, 300 emails in total were sent, 15 replies, 12 of them marketing qualified leads. This is one of the coolest things in terms of the outreach campaigns we are ever running. Regina, thanks a lot for sharing that. Guys, Can you please tell me in the chat right now, how do you enjoy this webinar so far? How did you like the very first AI workflow that we showed to you? Do you want us to share something more? Okay, just guys, yes, valuable. I see. It's super great. Guys, 11 out of 10. Live here on LinkedIn Plus Ilya. Thanks a lot, Sean. Guys, if you want us, yeah, okay, guys, if one more thing, all the tools, blueprints, prompts, everything like that, we're gonna share with you just a little bit later. And guys, while we are all here today, just a really quick question to Regina. Regina, can you please give us some bonus? I see that a lot of people are asking the questions about well, what are the tools that you're using, etc., etc. Regina, let's just think about the bonus on top of blueprints. I know that we discussed the blueprints and the prompts. On top of blueprints, what can we do for these people?
Let me think. Maybe one personal free consultation will be good.
Let's make it 3, guys. Let's make it 3. I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people in the chat. Guys, let's make 3. Regina, are you okay with that or not?
Okay, three is okay, yes.
Okay, guys, 3 free consultations. Here is the link. You submit this link. You are participating in the random pick from Regina. She will take only 3 people, and we'll jump on the call with you, only 3 people, and give a free consultation on discussing how to implement AI in your specific case. It might be not this specific AI workflow, but overall. Here's the link. Just feel free to submit it, and you're gonna get a free consultation from Regina. And I know that her time is super valuable. So, guys, it's super great that we could negotiate from 1 to 3. So, guys, it's super awesome. Okay, let's move on. We have a second workflow. Regina, are you ready to share the second workflow? Yes. Are you ready?
Yes.
If
there
so,
are some interruptions. Yeah, could you please say something, because I see some interruptions?
Interruptions?
Okay.
All good? No.
Yes.
So,
everything
guys,
is good now.
Yes, guys. We've done with the first workflow. There is a second one. And this is super amazing, super unusual. Can you please tell me in the chat, are you currently using LinkedIn in your lead generation? Just say yes or no. Yes or no. Okay? Just tell me yes or no. Yes, sure, yes, no. Okay, I saw one person who said no. But overall, 90% of people say yes. Somewhat. Okay. Okay. The majority of people say yes. That is why I'm pretty sure that you're gonna like this workflow. Basically, whenever people join our pipeline, we just only have one of the options on how we can follow up those people. So whenever we have the pipeline, we're talking, we are prospecting those people, we're in the negotiation process, and sometimes people just don't know how to reply to us. We're sending follow-ups, people do not reply to us, and this is so horrible, right? And we know that it doesn't matter how many leads you generate. If you cannot close them all, or at least some of them, it all makes no sense. So this is the hack, the AI workflow that we're gonna help us to solve. We're gonna help us solve this problem using AI. So what we are technically doing right now, whenever people join our pipeline, we are tracking their LinkedIn interactions. Whether those people are posting, whether those people are leaving comments, what they're doing overall on LinkedIn. And whenever we see something happens, for example, just imagine we have a new lead, a new prospect in our pipeline. And if this person is going on LinkedIn and commenting somewhere or posting something, we get the notification in our Slack channel. And in our CRM system, we create the automatic task that we need to go and engage with this person right away. The after 5 minutes of the person just left the comment or posted something on LinkedIn, and this person is in our pipeline, we already have the task and the Slack notification that we need to go and talk to this person right away. We just included the LinkedIn in our prospecting part. Plus, we saw at least 45% better close rate right now after implementing this flow. And I'm pretty sure that we're gonna see even better results because we just recently implemented that and we saw like just the dramatic increase in our close rate. Guys, this is something unbelievable, even though it's so simple and so it's so obvious, but nobody is doing those things. So Regina, can you please share this flow?
Sure. Yeah, sure. So, yes, this is the second automation that I would like to show you. Again, everything is built on N8N. It's our favorite platform for building amazing AI solutions. And as Ilya mentioned, everything is super simple. Here we track our key prospects, and once they do some activities on LinkedIn, whether commenting or posting something, you can jump in, engage, and stay top of their mind. So basically how it works here. We have a list of people who we want to track. And for this purpose, we also use Airtable because it's very easy to track these people. So for this demo version, of course, I only use myself and Ilya because I cannot share our personal data and show you our real clients. But here we specify all the people who we want to track. It could be 50 people, 100 or 150. It doesn't matter. And all these people will be tracked. And once they do some activity on LinkedIn, we will fetch this data and there will be to-do section where you will see all the posts published by these people. Actually, there is a link to this post. You can see this post, you can read it and decide whether it's worth for you to engage with this post or not. Also, AI generates you comments for sending to this post. Of course, it's suggestion. You can use the suggestion or you cannot use. It's up to you. But the main idea here that once your prospect did something on LinkedIn, there will be notification to this database and on Slack. I will show you now how it works in Slack. So once this person did some posts, it will be tracked and added to this table. And the same for comments. Once the person commented something on LinkedIn, this data will be also added to this table as well. And speaking about front end, here is how it works in N8N. We have list of all people who we are going to track, and here we track their posts, and here we track their comments. Then we have different preparations, different filtrations, and then we write a short summary about what happened when, and it's easy for you to understand whether it is worth for you to engage in with this post or not. And for each activity, there will be a short summary, and it's super easy to understand what happened and whether you should engage with this activity or not. And the most important that your team gets notified in real time and can jump in while the conversation is fresh. So how it looks like on Slack. In this case, of course, I'm using myself because again, I cannot show our real clients who we track. It's like security reasons, of course. But once your prospect did some activity, for example, posted something, there will be alert in Slack telling you that, hey, there is a new post from this person and there is a post that was just posted. So you can open this post on LinkedIn, you can read the description, and you can decide whether to engage with this post or not. And the same will happen to your prospects' comments. Once they comment something, again, there will be the same. There will be information about the person who did this and link to this comment. And again, if you want, you can engage and reply to your prospects' comment to stay top on their mind. So that's all. I believe that's all. It's super simple, it's powerful, and like the main idea here that you don't need to manually check all these people day by day, especially if you have in your pipeline, for example, 100 people who you want to track, because of course it's not possible to do manually, to open day by day their profiles one by one, to track their activity and so on, engage with them. So everything here is super easy and is super clean. You just open Slack or your CRM system and you will see who is active from the list of your prospects, and you can engage in a few clicks. And of course, it works just perfect for social selling.
Guys, we already saw plus 45% in the close rate and the shorter sales cycle, just because whenever people are not replying to us, I feel really awful, actually. And I don't know what to do. Actually, I don't know. I'm trying to just follow up them one more time, etc., etc. But at the end of the day, this solution, even though it's so simple, guys, it's so simple, but it actually helped us a lot. One more thing like that I like here as well is the fact that overall in the front end, it's already preparing me the draft of the comment that I can actually copy and paste right away under their posts or comments that they made. So it's so like no-brainer. I know that it's possible even to optimize that even more. But even with this format, even with this AI workflow, it's already working so great. And guys, please tell me in the chat. I see that so many people are still here, guys. We're gonna, by the way, thanks all for sharing these workflows. But guys, we are ready to share with you the third workflow, the third way of how Regina helped us implement AI. And actually, this one will probably blow your mind. And I'm not sure that you're ready. If you're not ready, guys, please don't take a look at that because it's actually super great. Please tell us in the chat right now, do you want us to share the third workflow or not? Just says yes or no. Yes or no. Plus, yes, sure, yes, of course, yep, let's go, yes, okay, guys, you're making amazing vibes here, guys. Probably I will share my screen right now to share with you a little bit of story, okay? Because I really want you to understand what's gonna happen right now, guys. Just forget about AI right now. Just for a second, just forget about AI. Let's talk about the lead generation, guys. What is the most important thing in the B2B lead generation? It's trust. No matter how well you're doing and how great you are with your copywriting, if people do not trust you, it's complicated to close the deals. And otherwise, even if your copywriting sucks, if it's not working properly, if it's not optimized, but if people trust you, you're going to get way higher chances to close the deal. But in reality, how to build the trust? There are a few ways. The first one, you can actually leverage the network. If you're working with someone and someone already knew you, they already trust you. And networking, it's amazing, but it's not for everyone. There is a second one, how to build the trust online in the current way. You have to become the thought leader, the number one person people think about whenever they're thinking about the problem. If I have the AI challenge, or someone asks me, hey, who do you want, who would you recommend me to talk to about implementing AI? The very first person I'm thinking about is Regina. And why? But not only just because we work together, but also just because I saw her content. Right now in the online world, building trust is both easy and complicated. You actually need to share your expertise with the audience so they can trust you personally, and then they will be able to trust your solution because they trust your thoughts. This is so clear and this is so easy to understand. And now whenever we understand that, what that means for us, that means that we need to create the content and ship high quality and expert level content in the world. But what to do? Where to ship this content? We can go and on YouTube, we can create the videos, but it's complicated and it's hard. We can go on Twitter, we can go on Facebook, we can go on Instagram, but it's never going to be the same as what is happening right now with LinkedIn. Guys, LinkedIn is still the #1 social media platform for business. That is one thing. But there is a second thing. LinkedIn has changed a lot. They were fighting against spammers, and it's still the number one business social media platform. As a result, people were coming back. And now we see more and more people are hanging around and hanging in on LinkedIn. And the thing is that LinkedIn also tried to focus on the content creators, because if people are reading the content, scrolling the feed, their retention with the platform is higher. So they can see more ads, they can click on more ads. Content builds retention for LinkedIn. Spam kills retention. So LinkedIn is fighting against spam and helping content creators. And you can see that already right now. But the problem with LinkedIn content, even though it's number one social media platform for business, is the barrier, the content barrier that you might have. LinkedIn is not TikTok. It is not Instagram. It is something else. LinkedIn is actually your face in the business world. Your LinkedIn page, it's your landing page of who you are. And you cannot write low quality content, because even though whenever we are talking, content builds trust, but also content destroys trust if you are shipping low quality content. But the thing is that high quality content, it's so time consuming. If you've ever tried to write on LinkedIn at least for 14 days in a row, you know that it's so hard to do. So again, positive dynamic of active users grows. It's so positive, great thing on LinkedIn. But the content barrier led on LinkedIn, that it's hard to ship content, led to one thing. The current thing is that currently on LinkedIn, there is imbalance situation between readers and content creators. Right now, it's way more readers than content creators on LinkedIn, even though it's changing, but still. And as a result, LinkedIn has implemented a few changes. What they can do in the case when there are way less people who are writing content and way more people who are coming back to the platform and reading that content. They started prioritizing the content not based on who you are connected to, but based on relevancy and the quality of the posts. So now, the more you scroll, the more money you're bringing to LinkedIn. And in order to make you scroll more, LinkedIn has started showing more high quality content, high quality posts, even though they're not your first degree connections. Now, that means that right now is literally the best time to start creating content on LinkedIn, because again, content creators is way less than content readers. But the thing is that, hey, Ilya, it takes so much time. I cannot do those things. Ilya, how can I start consistently writing high quality, not low quality, high quality content on LinkedIn? And I would tell you that you could use AI, you can use some here and there, but when Regina told us that they've prepared and they've made an amazing AI workflow, I couldn't believe that. Guys, this is the solution that Regina will gonna share to you right now. And you can tell me, hey, Ilya, yes, you have a lot of followers. That is why your content getting views, even though it's AI written, but still you're getting views just because you have a lot of followers. Guys, when I saw the results of other people who are using this workflow, I was shocked. Because, for example, this is a great example. This is the LinkedIn profile with less than 300 connections/followers. And because of the content, the content from this content machine workflow is actually hitting thousands of people. Some of the posts are going super viral, like 33,000 views on LinkedIn. And this is not just one random viral post. It's actually working and hitting the numbers consistently. So now, without anything to add, Regina, can you please share the screen and share with people what I am talking about? right now, because you're gonna be shocked actually what they made, guys.
Yes, I also want to say a huge thank you to all the people who comment now, right now in the chat. It's very valuable to see your activity. And yes, actually, this topic is very, very controversial every time because a lot of people say that AI-generated content is garbage, we shouldn't use it. And especially when these people see these long dashes, you know, these M dashes, they, oh no, it's AI-generated, ChatGPT wrote it, I won't trust it, it's garbage. And at the same time, a lot of people say that I'm using AI on a regular basis to write this content. And it's amazing because it allows me to create content much more faster. And for now, I'm going to talk first of all, based on my experience and based on my observations, why most B2B content creation on LinkedIn just doesn't work. Yes, it's true, it doesn't work. And let's figure out why. So first of all, the problem number one, from my observations, is that AI-generated content sounds robotic. And it happens because in most cases, people use only LLM like ChatGPT or Claude. And of course, this LLM doesn't know anything about you, your aspirations, your mission, your ideas, your target audience, your positioning, and your goals. And of course, this content will be very, very robotic. And then the problem number two is that scaling expert content is super exhausting because in this case, if you're selling something and if you're building your product, you have to constantly write this content on a high level. And of course, it's time consuming and a lot of people burn out here and just give up. So let me show you how we manage this system, what we did, how we built to solve these problems. And trust me, the system is much more complicated than ChatGPT because, saying honestly, we've been building the system for more than 1 year, and still we see that how powerful the system could be. So first of all, let me show you what happens here and how we manage this problem, how we try to create this content as realistic and human as possible. So first of all, what we do here, once we have a new client, we start with a detailed brief. And here, we just usually jump on a call and the client talks, we listen, transcribe, and turn these ideas into structured input because input is the most powerful thing for your AI-generated content because without good input, your post, your generated content will be fluff. I know that this word triggers a lot of people. And then once we collected all this data, basically a little bit later, I will show you how it looks like on the front end for end users, because here it could be a little bit messy and complicated. But in general, I have to show you that inside we have a lot of logic, a lot of different functions, and all of this is pretty complicated. So once we get this profile of the person, we analyze this brief, we analyze this data, and then we go and scrape last 50 posts of the person to extract patterns in their communication style, the language they use, tone of voice, sequence structure, and more and more and more. And we also use here about section, this here, because we want to understand in more details who this person is and what matters to this person. Then, based on this information, we start generating content, company overview, based on all this data that was collected on the previous step on brief. And then we generate content strategy, again, based on this company brief. And let me show you how it looks like. So when we generate this content strategy, we use following input. Here we provide AI with company profile that was generated before. Then we provide AI with buyer persona because we want to be sure that this content will be interesting for your target audience. And then we use here prompts to build this content strategy. Actually, speaking about prompts, let me show you how it looks like. Almost in all cases, we use dynamic prompts because it's very easy and it's very useful. So here we also have our database. It's like backend of the system as well. You can see that this database is pretty much complicated. We have a lot of settings here, raw data that is used for generating content. We have content plan here as well with different sources, different topics, and so on. We have here ready posting is posts that are already created, data sources that can be used for the system. So for example, if you want to take Liam Otley as your ideation input, it's also possible to do. In this case, the system will go to YouTube and find relevant for you videos from this channel. Plus, we have a lot of different image styles because we want our posts to be unique and interesting. And in this case, for each style, we have detailed prompt, how to create this image. And speaking about prompts, I promised you to show what we use for this content strategy. So we also have these prompts on a separate tab. And speaking about content strategy builder, for example, we use this prompt, and it's pretty detailed prompt that helps us to build content strategy that will be used for LinkedIn posts to make it interesting, engaging, and showing real expertise of the person. So now, at this point, we have two main foundational steps in the system. And also the most important part is communication style, because in a lot of cases, AI sounds robotic. And in order to eliminate this, what we do, we take again these 50 last posts of the person and we study them. So basically, AI studies them to fetch all nuances, all sequence structures, all the exclamation points if the person uses, and so on, because we want this content to be like you, like yours, like you wrote it. And that's why we have this communication builder. And here is a small trick. If you don't have your LinkedIn yet, or you don't post on a regular basis, you don't have your personal communication style yet, it's also possible to go to some influencer and take their data. In this case, the system will fetch their posts, it will analyze them, and it will build communication style based on those influencer posts. It's also possible to do. So right here, we have three main parts of the system to make this content more reliable, interesting, and engaging. And what we do next? Next, we go to the call with the client, with the person, and it happens actually twice per week, twice per month. And the person talks, it shares their opinions, their ideas, their challenges, what happens in their business, what happens in their market, and so on, in anything that this person wants to share with their audience. And this data becomes the foundation for the system. And I also would like to emphasize that if you're going to use AI for your content, please provide very good input to the system. Please share a lot, as much as possible, information about you, your aspirations, your goals, your ideas, your challenges, everything that disturbs you, and so on. Because in this case, AI will learn you, and it will be much more easier to build this high quality post based on your input and based on your personality. So once we have this expert level post that is completely based on experts' data, we also have the second part of this automation is content plan generation, because in order to have this post diverse and interesting, we also use different sources from internet, and we find interesting information, topics, and ideas on internet based on your industry. And for this purpose, we have this content plan generation automation. So basically, it takes all the data from your profile, again, everything that was possible to generate about you, to collect from you. Then the system will go to hooks generator prompt. So basically, it looks like this. It's pretty detailed prompt that teaches the AI how to build really good hooks for your prompts. And then the system will generate a list of topics for your content plan for 1 month or for 2 months. It's up to you. And then comes the most interesting part, because as we want to be sure that these topics are relevant and really interesting, we try to find and we try to enrich this data with information from the internet. And here it comes to the third part of the system. So here we process this data and enrich these topics with information from the internet. And in this case, this AI will go to different sources like Reddit, LinkedIn, YouTube, Reddit Contrarians, Perplexity, and so on. And based on all this data, there will be written posts. So you can see here that the post will be generated, but before we did a lot of job, we did a lot of work to fetch only interesting information that will be useful for your target audience, because in each prompt, we provide the AI with your target audience. Also, specifically, I use this solution very often. It's very convenient for me. What I do, of course, I don't like to write this post manually, especially when I'm walking along the street and when I have some idea in my head. What I do, I just take my phone, open. In this case, I open Telegram because it's very useful for me to use Telegram, and I just dictate my ideas. And these ideas can be very messy. I can say words like, oh, I didn't want this, let's change it, I changed my mind, and so on. It's pretty fine because this system will clean all this data and structure this data to be very good and structured post. And also, if you, for example, found some interesting news article on internet and you want this news article to be foundation for your post, in this case, it's also possible.
Guys, guys, can you please tell me in the chat? Hey, Regina.
Suitable for this post.
Regina.
So,
Regina. Guys, yeah, I also lost Regina for just a second. Let's just wait a little bit. So while Regina is coming back to us, I want to just sum it up a little bit. So basically, there is a huge AI workflow. I hope that she's gonna connect. So yeah, Regina, you're back. Awesome. So
yeah.
I wanted just to go through this one more time. So basically, this AI workflow, I see some questions in there. Oh, can you mute yourself, please? I see myself. I hear myself. So basically, it is a set of different actions, and the logic that is built on N8N is the connection between different tools. And what it's doing is on the very first step, it's actually. Oh, Regina, can you mute yourself?
Sure.
Yeah, so and it's actually it's actually collecting a lot of information about you from you. After that, and about your ICP, buyer persona, and so on and so forth. After that, it builds the perfect content plan for you based on your ICP using extra research. After that, when it comes to each specific post, it's not only writing this post from nothing, from zero, from scratch. It's actually this AI workflow is going and doing extra research on Perplexity, YouTube, Reddit, or somewhere else to enrich the AI with even more ideas and even more thoughts for this specific post, and it's actually generating the post. Can you please share a little bit more, like the final part of this? And while you're sharing the screen, guys, they're gonna be the recording, they're gonna be the information. But one more thing is that while Regina is sharing the screen, Regina, can you please share one more time the last overview? I want to tell you guys that we did a great negotiation with Regina and the chat. So Regina is able to share to give 3 free consultation calls to discuss how to implement AI in your specific case. I know that her time is super valuable, but guys, if you want, here's the link to the form. Submit this form, and Regina will pick only 3 people, and we'll have the conversation with only 3 of you for free. So, guys, it's super cool, actually. So yeah, sorry. Please go on.
Yes, again, speaking about front end of the system, it's super easy and it's super clear what to do here. So as I told you before, we have this brief that person writes everything about their company, what is their main target audience, and you can see here how detailed this information here, because as much more detailed this information will be, in this case, the AI will be working much more better for you. So once we specified everything about person, their company, their target audience, their main content pillars, and so on, the AI will generate you a content strategy. So for example, this is my case, it's my system it's my profile. And here you can see that AI generated content strategy for me. And here we have the following information that the most crucial stage is awareness stage. Here is my target audience. Here is main content pillars that I should focus on. Plus we have here sub pillars. Plus we have here content mix. So AI suggests that I should use 40% of expert content, 40% of educational, and 20 of opinions. Plus, AI will generate communication style that will be used in your post. And as I said before, in this case, I'm using my own LinkedIn profile. So in this case, the system went to my LinkedIn profile, studied everything from my post, and then built this instruction for AI how to copy my communication style. But it could be communication style of any influencer on LinkedIn. Plus, the system will generate your company profile because this is foundation for the system. And based on this data, your post will be more interesting, more expert, and more personal. And like the final step in the system is content plan. So once the system generated you these topics, we can actually copy each topic and see what is inside. Here is the topic, here is the status, suggest the publication date, profile name to which profile this topic belongs to, ideation input. And actually speaking about ideation input, I would like to highlight that once we have new post in the system and these posts weren't ready yet, like in this case, AI didn't write this post yet, here we can add different ideation inputs. We can choose different ideation inputs from the list. By default, the system uses Profi AI, and it means that the system will go and automatically enrich this topic based on these external sources like Reddit, LinkedIn, Twitter, and so on. Also, you can use here audio input if you want to enrich this topic by your own thoughts. So in this case, you can choose this audio input and then dictate this post. Again, it could be messy. You can say different words. I changed my mind. Let's start again, and so on. You just click this record button. Then the system will take this data as ideation input for your post. Click done, click save, and then this information will be saved to your post here. And again, if you want to have some ideation input, for example, you saw some interesting news article on internet and you would like this idea, you can actually use this data as foundation, as ideation input for your post as well. So in this case, you can just select this text input, and here you can either add link to this article or you can copy and paste the text of this article. And again, the system will generate the post and images. So for example, personally, I like this comic style images, but is completely possible to generate everything based on your ideas, based on your brand colors, brand styles, and so on. It's up to you. And finally, you can generate all these posts one by one. Let's, for example, I approve this post, let's approve this post, and I can generate them one by one, or I can click this generate in bulk, and all these posts will be generated at once. So that's all that I wanted to share about this solution. Ilya, over to you.
Yeah, guys, sorry for taking too much time today. Again, thanks a lot, Regina. Regina shared with us 3 main workflows, just to sum it up. The very first one, it was the workflow that helped us reach 12% MQL rate out of our outbound campaigns. This was the outreach campaign to reach out to people who engaged with relevant posts who match with our ICP. So relevant people engage with relevant posts, we scrape them, we reach out to them, 12% MQL rate. That's one. The second one, the hack and the growth hack that actually helped us to increase our close rate and actually make our sales cycle a little bit shorter, even though it's quite short, but still a little bit shorter. This is the social selling engagement. Whenever our clients or potential clients in our pipeline are doing something on LinkedIn, such as commenting or posting, We have the notification, we have the draft of the comment, we just go engage with them, we close it faster. We are not ghosted by the client. The third thing, it's the most advanced LinkedIn AI content machine that starts from A to Z. So it starts from actually zero, where you are given all the possible information to AI. It scrapes your posts, it scrapes who you are, it scrapes your company, etc. So it prepares for you the AI, the really solid content plan. After that, for each specific post, it's doing the extra research on YouTube, on Reddit, on Perplexity, on like in some other ways, just to make sure that your post is so expert level and high quality. After that, it prepares and gives you the ability to work, to post to share this post or not. And this AI workflow that is actually building and creating AI content, which is 10 times better than any other AI content that you might see on the market. So this is super, super great. Guys, please tell me in the chat right now, how did you enjoy this webinar from 0 to 10? Just tell me 0, you didn't like that at all, you hate us. 11, you like that so much. So just tell us from 0 to 10. I see 10, I see 8, I see 100,000, 10, 8, 8. I see 9, I see 9.99999. Awesome. I see 11, I see, but the last one was too complicated. Okay, I see 10 amazing workflows, 10, 10, 10, 8, 10, 10, 10, 11, 100. Guys, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Regina. Before we finish, I just want to mention a few things. Guys, first things first, again, we had a great negotiations with Regina. You might participate in a contest to be one of 3 people who are going to get a free consultation call with Regina. Please submit this form. That's A. B, here's Regina's LinkedIn profile. So here is Regina's LinkedIn profile. Please make sure to connect to her. Here's Regina's LinkedIn profile. By the way, guys, if you like our content, here is my LinkedIn profile. So please make sure you connect with me as well. The last thing is that if you want to start doing cold email campaigns and you want we just make sure that your emails are not going to spam. If you want to build a reliable cold emailing outreach lead generation channel, feel free to reach out to us. Here is one of our services, anti-fragile cold email infrastructure. Feel free to, I guess that you got all the links. Guys, you're going to get the replays. You're going to get some of the blueprints and some of the prompts, I guess tomorrow. So, guys, I see that Vasily, we have a solution for the best Microsoft deliverability. Feel free to reach out to me. The best one, and not only on the market, on all the markets, not only the best on this planet, Microsoft deliverability. So feel free to reach out to me. Regina, thanks a lot for sharing so many cool things.
Yes, I also would like to say a huge thank you to all people who joined us today. You are the best, and thanks for sharing these vibes together. It was amazing, and thank you very much, guys. It was awesome.
Awesome, guys. I tried to answer all of the questions. Guys, if you still have, I tried to answer all of the questions. I still see that there are a few of them. Guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me or to Regina. I tried to answer all of the questions in a written form, just because I know that we are going out of time. So thanks a lot, guys, and have an amazing day. Thanks a lot, Regina. Thanks a lot, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.